Hey y'all, say what?
Say Hayes.
They say love, real love, don't last.
But we're living proof that it does.
Welcome to the Say What
Say Hayes
podcast,
podcast.
and we are
The
the
real
Real
Hazes.
Hazes. Let's go.
Woo, woo, woo. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up,
Welcome,
people?
welcome. What's going on, y'all? Hey, this is where black love is real
Marriage is powerful.
and relationships are done right through faith
Family and
and
a
a
whole
whole
lot
lot
of
of
fun.
fun. If you're ready for love that's bold
Honest?
and unapologetically us, continue to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell button right there below.
Somewhere. Yeah. And come on over here and grow with us, guys.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Another round
Yes.
of applause.
Welcome back, everyone. All of our listeners
Hey, what's
and
up?
viewers. So today we are going to hop in on an important topic
Mm-hmm.
when love turns dark. So, we're going to go over the boundaries, the breakdown, and the truth of that.
Yes, and we're going to start off with a very unfortunate story, the Fairfax tragedy.
Mm.
Former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax tragically shot and unalived his wife and then himself during a messy divorce, and their kids was present in the home.
Mm.
The New York Post wrote that disgraced ex-governor, Lieutenant Governor rather, Justin Fairfax unalived his estranged wife and then himself inside their $1 million home in the Washington, D.C. suburbs early Thursday, past Thursday, after he spiraled into booze and financial ruin following a sexual assault allegations and a bitter divorce fight.
Mm.
The 47-year-old Democrat, who was under court order to vacate the family home at the end of the month, shot his wife, Serena Fairfax, multiple times in the basement of their Annandale home just after midnight before turning the gun on himself, according to the Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis.
Mm. Mm.
There obviously was divorce stress,
Mm.
mental health struggles,
Mhm.
a career downfall, allegations, and escalating tensions in the home.
Listen, y'all, this story right here. See, this is what happens, when people ignore the warning signs. This didn't just start overnight. This is something that started at one point and just escalated. It got worse each and every time.
Yeah, clearly there again where it said alleged sexual assault allegations. I
Mm.
mean, I don't know how long that has been going on,
Right,
but
right, right.
there was definitely marital issues, right? And that's the part people be missing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody just wakes up and does something like this. There were layers:
Yeah, yeah.
pressure, ego, mental health, unresolved pain. Some talking points on this, guys: unresolved mental health issues, a toxic separation, divorce tension,
Wow.
control, ego, and loss of identity, warning signs people ignore, and definitely it impact their children and family and loved ones.
Yeah, pretty powerful. I mean, everybody wants love. I don't know too many people that don't. But nobody wants to do the healing that is required to keep it healthy. And let's talk about how relationships get to that breaking point before something like this ever even happens. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So, we're going to talk a little bit about Tina Campbell and her divorce.
Well, who's Tina Campbell?
Go ahead and explain who she is.
Tina Campbell is the second half of Mary, the
Yes.
gospel group,
Yes, she is.
right? Okay. All right. So people know who we're talking about.
Oh, okay, baby.
All right.
Got you.
Go ahead.
So, even in faith, fame, and forgiveness, that just doesn't guarantee forever for people.
Right.
So this one right here surprised a lot of people. Tina Campbell and her husband, Teddy Campbell, they're divorcing after 25 years of marriage. They've been married since 2000. They separated in 2024, and her husband filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences.
Hmm.
They have multiple children together as well. And this comes after a very public cheating scandal years ago, guys. So, what makes this deep is this is a couple that everybody looked at like they made it through the storm, right?
Right.
Like literally.
Yeah. 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 That's they did everything that people say that they should do. Right.
They did.
Clearly, they were Christians,
Hmm.
faith believing individuals. Um, Clearly, they went through counseling
Hmm.
because of the extramarital issues and affairs and things of that nature of the past.
Yes.
She clearly, has forgiven him and
Hmm.
doing the forgiveness, but they still ended up here.
Right.
Wow. One of the talking points, guys, is forgiveness doesn't always mean forever. She forgave him after cheating. They rebuilt publicly,
Yeah.
but forgiveness doesn't always equate to an erase, or it erases damage that's
Right.
been done.
Right. And people think that forgiveness resets everything too. But sometimes it just allows you to move forward with the scars.
Hmm.
So, number two, you can stay and still not heal from a relationship. They stayed together for years after the betrayal, but the unresolved hurt can still sit quietly.
Let's talk about that.
Hmm.
How if Scripture says, right, confess your sins to one another so you can be healed? How does that not equate to healing? It's people stay but they're not healed. What has to come with that? If you can kind of elaborate.
I don't know.
I mean, people stay but they're not healed. Is it because they're living in
Maybe it's,
unforgiveness,
or maybe
or
it's convenience.
was it really not forgiveness?
Well, you're asking why do people stay?
Yeah. If you stay and they're still not healed, that's it, why stay?
I don't know what you
I
want
think
me to say,
no,
sir.
no. I think you just said they because of convenience. It could
It
be.
could
It
be.
could be.
It could be because of the circumstance.
Right. Right.
Um, I know many people are in relationships primarily for that reason to begin with. So,
Yeah.
asset purposes.
Right. You can function in a relationship and still be broken in it. Right.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And ooh, that's a good one though. You're functioning in it, but you're broken
Hmm.
because that means each day that you're trying though,
To
right?
to heal, or you're getting the help to heal.
Yeah. You're
Healing
working
healing
towards it.
takes time. Clearly,
It does.
healing takes time. And I think maybe I can we can give them the benefit of the doubt for staying, or she staying.
Mhm.
Because healing can a person can heal over time if they're getting doing the work.
Mhm.
We don't know the intricacies of all the detailed things, but but if you're hurt and you're staying, then that's maybe something you should think about, right? Number three,
Yep.
time doesn't fix everything. 25 years together, still ended up in separation.
It did. Yep.
You
Because
know,
young longevity,
longevity.
longevity, it doesn't equal health. And people stay for years and still aren't whole.
Right,
I
right.
know. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
And number four, public versus private reality.
Hmm.
They looked they looked very strong publicly,
Right. Yeah. They did
but
look strong publicly.
but privately something just wasn't resolved between them.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct. I don't know. Were they on a reality TV show? I think their life was. She was
It
on,
may have
yeah,
been. I
years in
think
the
there may have
past and
been
stuff.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's, yeah,
Social media have people out here thinking a relationship is solid.
yes,
And it's barely even holding on. People
right.
struggling behind doors,
Yes, they are.
So I don't know.
But you can't put that out there, right?
You
And
can.
but well, that's reality. I think that's the reality TV show. People putting their business out there, you know,
Yeah, to a certain degree.
to a certain degree.
But is our reality TV shows truly a reality, or are they pretty much staged and those sort of things are
I
created?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah,
I can see it being both
yeah,
because
I can too. I
yeah,
can too.
yep,
I agree.
yep.
So number five, when is enough enough?
Mm,
At what point do you
wow.
stop fighting for it?
Yeah.
And at what point do you choose you? Ooh wee.
That's a
Let's
tough
talk
one.
about it. Can
That's a
you
tough
answer
one.
those questions for me, Mr.
That's
Hayes?
a tough one. When is enough enough?
I mean,
Ah,
you've been
man.
in a similar situation.
I think everybody has. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean,
Been in
20
situations where,
years.
they've been in relationships for long
That's a
periods
long
of time
time.
and they stay for
Yeah.
various reasons. Um, I remember that there's a movie called Enough with Jennifer
Yes.
Lopez, and
Yes.
clearly, when it comes to violence, continued, emotional trauma,
Mhm.
physical, things of that nature, health issues where someone is bringing in, diseases and things like that from outside the marriage and bringing home. Yeah, those. I think that's when enough is enough. But
Ooh.
who?
Well, it depends on the person too.
And that's what I was about to say. It depends on the individual.
Because my enough might not be someone else's enough.
That's right. That's right. Everybody has a different tolerance of acceptability
Yeah,
to
I
the
agree.
point where they say, you know what, it's gone. And it kind of goes back to, our first example with the Fairfax. Maybe it got to that point where divorce had to happen, and and his wife was like enough.
Yeah.
But to go that extreme to take your wife out, someone who you love dearly and obviously had children with, and then yourself, I think that's the point where it don't never have to get that bad. I don't know,
No, I agree.
and you can just walk away. You can always start over or heal or build, but to do something like that,
You just never know what goes through a
yeah,
person's mind.
it's time to just walk away. But just because you survived the storm together, it doesn't mean you're meant to stay together.
Yeah, because some people stay too long trying to save something that's already
Expired.
expired.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and that's where a lot of people are stuck right now, trying to figure out if they're healing or just tolerating. And that brings us to the next topic. Mm, mm, mm. This next topic, we're going to talk a little bit of
The Smiths.
Jada,
Mr. and
Will,
Mrs. Smith.
and Mr. August. Okay, so Jada Pinkett Smith recently spoke again about her relationship with Will Smith and the situationship involving August Alsina. She previously called it an entanglement, confirmed that they were separated at the time. Their marriage has been described as an unconventional yet evolving and still publicly committed in their own way.
Yeah. And every time this comes up, people are divided. It's interesting. Some say it's honesty that they appreciate, I guess, with her. Others say that it's dysfunction. I think I'm on that
I'm
side.
a little on the dysfunctional side.
Right.
Because this challenges what people believe marriage is supposed to look like, right?
Mm.
Number one,
How? Okay. Let's
number
take it down.
one,
All right.
entanglement versus accountability.
Entanglement versus accountability. Okay.
People question the wording. Was it minimizing what happened?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it's cheating. It ain't no entanglement. You put a action word. You put a verb with that boy entanglement,
No,
man.
I agree.
You
I agree.
know,
I agree. I agree. You can
like,
call it whatever you want to call it, but people want accountability.
but she
People
don't.
don't
But
want
she
no
didn't want to.
rebranding,
She didn't
man.
want to. She didn't want to hold herself accountable.
Hey, that's
Period. Rebranding. How you gonna rebrand cheating? That's crazy, man.
that's what I'm
Uh,
saying. People don't want no doggone rebranding, but that's what she tried to do.
yeah, that's
You
true.
know, number two.
Or a lot of people might be trying to rebrand. Everybody's trying to rebrand
I
something.
mean, folks just
Can't
fooling.
flip it up. Okay, go ahead. I'm
Number two,
sorry.
unconventional marriages. Are they real or are they risky?
Unconventional. That okay.
Yeah, these are the
Yep.
open, separated, evolving marriages, the non-traditional but becoming more common marriages.
Hmm. Warning signs.
Woo,
Right. Let me hit
woo.
that. No, risky as all get out. Clearly, look at the example that we're talking
I'm
about. Right.
saying
Everybody says do what works for you until it looks like that.
a hot mess.
A hot ass mess, man. Respect versus freedom, right?
Okay.
Number three, where is the line,
Yeah.
right? Can you handle both? Where's the line between respect and freedom? Is there a line? Can you have freedom with respect in a relationship?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But you don't get to just act no fool and just cheat and do what the hell you want to do against your marriage.
but
Like
but is
you
that
don't get to
freedom?
have an entanglement.
But is that freedom?
Yes, it's freedom.
when
Yes,
you
it's freedom,
married,
but it's called
when you mar-
respect.
when you're married, freedom doesn't equate to what? Selfishness?
No, I got up this morning. I said, I'm going to Home Depot, babe. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
You want to go? You had to study.
Yep.
I went to Home Depot, man.
Right. Okay, that's free.
Like,
Yeah, that's the freedom to move and do things.
yes,
But where's that?
but
Where's
I'm not coming to you and saying, hey, yeah, I'm going to go and call Johnny Boy.
because that's disrespect.
Like, exactly.
Right.
And I'm over here having some entanglements
Mm.
with Mr.
So
Johnny.
you can have freedom, but just don't be freaking disrespectful.
Disrespectful. What are you doing? You have to live up to your marital vows. Come on, man. Anything outside of that is wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
So, freedom in a relationship should never come at the cost of respect, period.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, y'all.
Right.
So, number four, public transparency versus oversharing. They shared
Mm.
a lot publicly all the time. Y'all know how folks do. Does that help or does it hurt the relationship?
Right. Some things you work through privately, not on a stage. Number five, right? Everything, I always say everything is not for public consumption.
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
Some things you should keep private
Right. Absolutely.
more than a little.
What are we teaching people about love? Right? Number five. Our younger generations are watching. Redefining commitment. What does that teach? Because they are openly um, discussing their marriage publicly like that, clearly there's an influence. And what are they teaching the society? What are they teaching our culture of people?
That marriage isn't important um, because nobody is upholding the values and the standards of it.
Hmm.
I mean,
It's
if
not
every,
sacred
yeah,
no
it
more.
isn't sacred anymore. I mean, if everything becomes acceptable, then what are the standards truly? Do
Right.
they even exist?
Yeah.
You know, not everything that's honest is healthy.
Hmm.
It's not.
Dig into that, babe. Everything that's honest is not healthy.
Yeah.
Openly talking about your relationship, being honest to the public,
Yeah,
is
it's
not
not
healthy.
healthy for the marriage or for
Right.
the relationship. It can actually hinder it. Sometimes you let people in and people want to be let in for the wrong reasons.
Mm.
Sometimes people
Okay.
use what you've given them as a way to get to you,
Right.
and to ruin things for you.
Yep.
So I think you should keep those conversations within the confines of your marriage, unless you have a spiritual leader you can go to and get some guidance from, a dear friend, a parent, or something of that sort. But even that can be risky.
Right.
I mean, get you some therapy if you
Yeah.
need somebody to talk to
Yeah. Because
outside of it.
I'm
I
gonna be
don't
real,
know.
man. A lot of people wouldn't survive what they going through. I don't know. I don't even know if they're even surviving it. They just I don't know, just haven't publicly gotten a divorce. But
But a lot of people shouldn't
she
even try to survive it.
man, she up there talking about they ain't even living together and all that stuff or whatever. But it's interesting to hear her perspective on it and how she continues to play the victim, in the situation, or what have you.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah,
This is a lot.
yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. Would you should open marriage? Would you suggest that to people? I mean, clearly you wouldn't.
I'm
Clearly you
sitting here
wouldn't.
like, what?
But I mean,
Why
but
are you even asking me right now?
yeah, I don't know, y'all.
Who was going to suggest an open marriage to somebody? At the end of the
You
day,
have people out
be
here.
single and do your thing. Be single, have your friends, live your life, talk to multiple people. Don't even include the word marriage
But
or
what
the
about
ceremony of it. Like,
right?
stop playing.
What about the polyamorous
I
relationships?
don't. What I just say?
I
What
don't.
did I
They
just
look
say, Mister
happy.
Hayes? Do
They
they? You want
do.
one?
No, I'm just saying
Go and get you a.
they look happy.
Go and get you a.
That's
Go and
their
get you
point. That's their
a
point.
second wife.
That's their point going back up there, man. Transparency.
Go ahead. You want you a. Oh, I
I
can't
can't
wait.
imagine.
Y'all,
No,
y'all,
listen,
y'all,
man.
y'all,
I
y'all. In
can't.
the comments, Mister Hayes, what he trying to tell me?
No, I can't imagine having two of her. That's
But see,
that's
that's the thing. You would
that's
never have two of me. There is
that.
one of me.
Well, I'm just
You
saying,
could never
how
have
can
two
a
of me.
dude sit up and have two? I don't,
You can't
or vice
have.
versa, a wife have two men. I mean, because that's just that's weird. That's
Don't
yeah.
sit up here and act like you ain't never been. Boy,
What,
what are we saying?
cheating?
Yes.
I mean, cheating is one thing, but having a polyamorous relationship, that means two women living in the same house with one dude, two men living in the same house with one
Do they
woman.
all do that? Like, do they actually live together? And
Yeah, that's what we be seeing
I
on
guess.
TV and social media or reality shows or what's the guy name that, Yada is ain't that dude, ain't that brother got a wife in Africa
Boy,
and
I
one here
guess.
and yeah, I don't know. But I don't know.
He
Yeah.
said it looks fun.
No, I said they look like they're having fun. You know what I'm saying? That's what they, but then again,
Is that fun?
no, that's not fun.
Like
Not,
what?
no, I
So
wouldn't, I can't, like I said, I can't imagine having two,
fix it.
you know.
Fix it.
Nah, I can't imagine having two, man. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So whatever.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if that's what people choose to do, expect the results that you're getting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Period.
whatever people tend to do within their marriage, whatever works for you, it works for you. But don't try and put that off on other people. I don't like when people do that. But
You're right.
when
Yeah, yeah. You can have your opinion. You can live your life. You can say, hey, man, this is just what works for us and
yeah,
our relationships and things of that nature. Um, but don't be out here saying this is what's supposed to be and this is how it should be and all
exactly,
that type of stuff. Because
exactly.
no, man, you can't project that lifestyle, whatever it is,
No,
on
no.
anyone else. You do you, and reap the consequences, whether it's good or bad,
Yeah,
and live with it.
I agree.
Right. Okay.
So when you look at all three of these topics,
Mhm.
they all come down to one thing: how people handle love, how people handle pain, and how people handle pressure.
Yep.
Whether it's tragedy, divorce, or redefining relationships, one thing is clear.
What's that?
If you don't deal with your issues right away,
Mhm.
they'll deal with you first.
They'll deal with you first. You're
Plain and
absolutely right.
simple.
You
Healthy
know,
love is not just about staying, guys. It's about how you show up while you're there each and every day.
each and every day.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, these are, some examples, guys, that we just wanted to just talk about because it's in the forefront, right?
It
It's
is.
what we
It's a
see.
lot happening.
There's been a lot of our black African American women who has lost their lives of recent.
As well, yes.
It's just unfortunate. Um, Relationships, like we said, is just not valued. Marriage is not valued. We don't see that. It's not promoted in our community. Um, and so we that's why we do what we do.
Yes,
You
it
know,
is. It
we
is.
you know we're not perfect. We have a marriage that it takes work every day.
Every day we take
It takes
a moment to make a decision to stay and to
exactly
do the work.
to do the work. Because there's benefits in it, man. I go to sleep at night knowing that I'm taken care of and I'm loved and I'm cherished and I'm building a legacy, saying for, our family and our kids and our grandkids. Um, it is. It, I don't have to worry about, okay, is she sleeping with somebody else or is she coming home tonight or and vice versa. I don't, you're not over there like, you waiting for somebody to call to say they on their way type stuff,
Listen, no,
man.
because I ain't got no patience for none of that. I'll be with somebody else first before I'm sitting around panting. Like, I
Right.
think that's for anybody. Like, who's gonna really do that? Like, why do y'all put up with that type of behavior? Why?
Well,
Why do you think people do it?
I don't know. I don't know, I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to be married. And, people don't want marriage. They just rather shack up and, you know, there's a lot of fellas out here, man, that are not wifing women and women don't want to be wifed and men want to play the field, women want to play the field. Expectations is here, expectations is there, unrealistic expectations are met.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you find your person and you're with your person, you got two individuals with two distinct past experiences with trauma issues, habits that they have built over time, whether good or bad, and you have to figure it out. I
Yeah.
think that's the beauty of marriage is making it work, understanding each other, loving each other. Your marital vows through thick and thin, sickness and health, richer or poor. Those things mean things, and you got to figure them out. How do we manage this? How do we don't manage this? Okay, what about this? Well, we tried that. That didn't work. Okay, cool. I ain't taking it personal. Let's try something else. Okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
go here. Let's go there. No, I don't want to go there. I don't want to live there. I want to live here. I want to buy that car. I don't want to buy that car. Oh, that's not a good car. You're going to have those, but you got to be like, okay, cool. Well, listen, sounds good. Sounds reasonable. You got to work together. But if it ever gets to that point where violence, alcohol, infidelity, you, guys,
You should not be going
we
back.
don't promote
You should not
divorce.
be going back.
We
You
don't
should
promote
be
it, but it's like, come on, y'all. It's better to just let it go.
get a seek a personal protection order. I
You
know it's
know.
a piece of paper, as many people say, but it's still another level of safety.
Yes.
Just a precaution.
Yeah. Yeah. And that.
And leave the toxicity where it lies
Yeah.
and move on.
Yeah.
Even if it's hard, you move on. It's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Time is not gonna stop. Um, it will get better. Focus on you. Focus on your health.
yeah,
Focus on your children.
yeah,
If your children are older, continue to work on you. You know, stay connected to the source of
yes.
all creation. Um, Love others. Love yourself. That's all the real hazers got for y'all today.
That's
That's it.
it.
Booyah, man. Thank you guys for chiming in. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. We're going to continually bring in hot topics and content to you. And we love you all.
All right.
Peace. Deuces.